Hey, we've just did a part about how to connect your data inside a PowerPivot if it comes from multiple different sources, even if it's inside of your own linked table. What? Yeah, really. So now we're going to talk about how to, once you've connected all this data, how to create a relationship together. As I said, when I've got a fact, how do I connect it to its different dimensions? It might be a pretty interesting challenge. So let's get to that. Ugh. So here I am. Oopalai. Here I am in my power pivot. Just where I left you before, right? If you saw on connecting the data, right now the data's all connected. I've got down here, I've got my information down here, dim channel, dim date, dim product from Access. I've got my dim stores, which is an Excel file, is open right now. I can go see it right over here in Excel. Stores, right? This one. And I also have geography, right? So stores, I can click it, and geography, which I copied and pasted. And so all my information is now connected inside of PowerPivot. Now I need to use PowerPivot to connect relationships. There's a lot of ways of doing it. So one of the ways I'll show you is you can actually, if you know the connector, it makes sense. Now sometimes your information is connected in a normal way, like a key, right? Sometimes you have to make your own keys by merging columns and combining names with numbers and figuring out strategies. Sometimes it's a bit intricate if you've got, a bunch of data from different sources. But if you've got data properly made and they have keys identified to them, then it makes a lot of sense. So here you see I've got a store key in dim stores, and if I go in fact sales, which might take out some time to open too, I've got a store key too. So they are related to one another. So if there's a sale with a certain store key too, we know it's made in the Contoso Seattle store. That's how it works. So I want these things connected. To connect them before we did VLOOKUP, now to connect them we just right click here on and we do create relationship. And if I do right click create relationship, you see it shows me store key, dim stores. I can then go check fact sales here. And it's even going to pre-select the one it thinks it is, which is store key in this case. And once it's done with, oh, you don't see it because my face is in the way here, you see. It pre-selects store key, and then you hit OK. Oh, and then you hit OK, sorry. And your relationship will be created now in between your fact table and your store table. So you now have a system that knows which store made the sale, not just by the fact that there's a store key, but actually by the fact there's extra data there. And so now about the geography information, maybe you want to connect that too. Check this out. How do you connect it? From database. No, not from database. You could also right-click geography key and go create relationship again, but I'll show you an extra technique. You can actually use the diagram. So you remember we worked the diagram. You click the diagram view at the bottom, and then it gives you your diagram of things. So you see I've got the ones which are currently connected. Dim date is a dimension. Fact sales here has a dimension. Dim channel down here. But then, ooh, what's happening over here? Ooh la la. There's two. One that my face is hiding, which I'll move out of the way, and one which is dim stores. So you can see here now what's happening. I've got a connection that goes from my fact sales to my dim stores, and then I'm going to have another connection here, which is going to be my geography to my geography key here. So I need to find it, and once I find it, maybe I can just connect it. Geolocation. Is it not there? Or did I just miss it? It looks like me. I miss these things sometimes. Geography key. Sheesh. It was the second one. Really. My eyes. So anyway, it's right there. You connect it, and then it's going to think because it has to make the connection. And then the line's going to show up to show you that your data is well connected. And now in your diagram, you know you're done, and it rocks. And now you're done with the connection part of this, and you can actually get to using this inside of a pivot table. You see, you click the pivot table button now, and it's going to ask you if you wanted a new worksheet. Yeah, why not? And I'll get a new worksheet, and look at this. It's a pivot table. I'm just going to get my face out of the way. Oops, that's not my face again. Here. Uh, you'll notice here I've got dim channel, dim date, all my channels, and I've got dim stores. So here I could put, say, store manager, and I'd get, the different store managers. I don't know exactly who they are. I'd need the manager keys, right, to get an idea who these people are. So maybe not the store manager, maybe the store name, right? So I've got all the different store names, right? There's a lot of them because there's a lot of stores, and I'd like to know, the sum of their sales, right? So I can go get sales over here in fact sales. Ooh la la, dim stores, close it, fact sales, and then here now Where is this? A sale, not sales. Unit cost, unit price. So I'll take unit price and I'll drag it into values, and it's gonna find the sum of all of the units sold in those places. Yeah, I know. It's a bit mind blowing. So when my boss told me to manage the stores before, and he said, "Could you find me the data for all the stores?" I now have a part of the power. I now have part of what it is, and it's really great that Excel lets me do this. Congratulations, Excel, for being one of a kind.